now, I think.
Hello, good time zone friends, and welcome to another episode of The Mind of the Martyr. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're keeping okay. I know we've had a drought over on my side of the pond, so things have been just wonderfully fun. But yeah, I hope some good fortune has come your way over the last couple of weeks. We're back. We're ready to roll. Before we jump into things, though, there are a couple of folks I need to mention. You've already seen the wonderful folks at Dice Envy there. We are also supported by a few other people that help keep us going in all of our different facets here on Friends Who Roll Dice. One of those folks, we are affiliated with Grinding Coffee. You can throw in FWRD at their checkout for some money off your order, and you'd be supporting a fantastic Black LGBT plus owned coffee company that I believe has just added pumpkin spice back to their roster, if that's the thing you're into. You know, start Halloween off early. Why not? It's that time. Autumn is creeping in, or fall as y'all call it. But yeah, go ahead and check them out at Grinding Coffee Co. We are also a Roll20 ambassador program stream. Roll20 is an online toolset that brings your pen and paper RPGs online for sharing purposes towards all of your friends and fellow players there. You can sign up for free, or you can grab one of the pro packages, which gets you a whole bunch of awesome stuff to add on. And there's a whole marketplace, which gets you there's all sorts of stuff on there, whether that be art assets or maps or tokens, all the way to actual full TTRPGs that have been converted into Roll20, whether that be your big favorites, or whether that be those fantastic indie games that you can go ahead and check out. Yeah, take a look online at roll20.net and get yourself started. Roll20. This is how we roll. All right, I think that's everybody. So, where we last left off, I'll go ahead and recap because it's a rather short one. As our party have been exploring the port town of Tarkiza, you ended up running into a certain situation at the inn, which led to a rather shifty and shady individual escaping your clutches for the close future, at the very least. Devising a plan and taking a look around the area, you discovered a abandoned house of sorts in this area, and breaking inside, although that wasn't particularly hard to do, you found a manner of strange frozen creatures, a menagerie of all sorts of animals and other strange critters. Um, Discovering this and finding them all in cages being held, perhaps for transport or something even more nefarious, you decided to take a little bit more of a look around. You found a trap door leading down into this old cavern system underneath, and following your leads and triggering a couple of traps on the other side of one of the corridors, which ended up with Naui briskly impaled and a combat scenario unfolding. During this combat scenario, you had handled the threat with relative ease, although a strange, volatile, and aggressive magic had pulled Nawi seemingly out of the situation entirely, and attempts to find her came up completely short. We would pick up there, but there's a little sidebar I want to do beforehand. Nawi,
It's me.
The last thing you remember seeing was your own spear spinning in front of you and levied for another attack against your assailant. And then there was this flash, this golden energy that seemed to, almost like a net, be thrown against you and cover you. You remember it doing absolutely nothing to you at the time. There was a moment of just nothing before an intense wave suddenly tears across you, almost as if you've been thrown into a fire. Every nerve, every hair begins to burn. And I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw. It's going to be a 13 DC.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. That bounced out. That bounced out.
Over enthusiastic rolling. Just
Yeah, I'm good.
beautiful.
Over 13.
Cool. So you're not dropped to 1 HP.
Sick.
But you do still keep the wounds that you had been inflicted with beforehand, as your experience and knowledge with strange magics that you don't control and don't understand help you to solidify yourself here and stop yourself from being pulled apart. But with this effect now over you, you can now feel how broken and volatile this magic truly is. This individual is a child playing with forces they really do not understand. That's become clear to you now, but you shrug off the effect. As the bright gold leaves your vision, your senses come to in a unfamiliar land. First thing you notice is an ocean of nebulous colors around you. No sky, no sea, but this myriad of twisting, blending blues, greens, and almost a black undertone seems to just crawl across the sky. You can see the slightest of pinks and reds kind of breaking through for just a moment before receding again. This area almost looks like it's breathing, but not quite. There's this subtle movement that perhaps might be peaceful if it weren't for such a strange scenario. The ground underneath you is relatively plain brown and grey stone. But there's not a lot of it. This one hunk of land seems to be just floating in this strangely beautiful expanse around you. After a moment to get your bearings, that burning sensation dulls down and down and down to just a tingle that never really goes away. As your vision fully restores, you see something ahead of you, a pool of energy. It is both without a form and a form in and of itself. There's a slight silhouette that seems to manifest for just a moment before the energy breaks away again. This strange juxtaposition. And there's a weird sense of familiarity that hits you. It's just something you can't quite place. Just a sense of deja vu, as it were. the figure warps and changes, but some approximation of limbs begin to appear on either side. One limb becomes very charged with this green energy. It feels incredibly familiar to you. Almost like someone mimicking the background energy of the veil. Just like this limb reaches outwards. An approximation of a hand outstretches. And with a greenish flash, some of the same hue stones suddenly appear and create a pathway further into the abyss. The other arm outstretches, much the same, but this time a darkish blue hue. Even just looking at it, it's a very cold color, but one that seems to strike a unnatural feeling of import in you. And that arm also creates its own pathway that again just scales into the abyss.
Can I do magic?
How are you going to test this?
I'm going to try and call Lupa.
Okay.
So I will, I think I've used that ability, quote unquote, today. So I will expend a first level spell slot and see, or try to, and see if Lupa shows up.
Okay. You burn the spell slot, and sure enough, next to you, Lupa appears, but not quite entirely as you remember her, so to speak. There's this kind of wreath almost of energy around her. As you cast this magic and you notice that slight gold speckling across your own body, you realize that it is mimicked on hers also.
I think I just look at him like, I do not know what is happening, but there are two roads and two of us. I am going to go to the green one, and you can go to the blue one, and we'll see if we meet at the same place, and if not, I will just call you again.
All right.
And then they'll go down the fork roads.
You split. As you head down the green path, it's hard to say whether the journey takes seconds or hours. The sense is strange in here. It's distorted. But eventually, another hunk of land manifests and appears. You see the same kind of greenish sparks across. A sense of familiarity in the back of your head has never quite left you during this travel. It's not invasive, it's just there. As you step up to the platform, there's a shimmer of green ahead, and that shimmer almost gives way to another reality ahead of you, almost as if someone has taken a room or taken a scene and cut it in half, and it's just there on display. You see a beautiful home You see notes and textbooks strewn around a section of this room. Neatly, to a degree. Yes, it's strewn with purpose.
Okay, Toy Story 1.
Exactly that. Perfect vibe. You see a beautiful platter of food ahead as well. You see that same formed yet formless energy as a silhouette for just a moment before it suddenly comes into focus. You see on the ground, currently tightening what seems to be a rope around a toy spear of sorts, is a child. A pang of familiarity hits you again. Their head turns back across their shoulder. They lock eyes, dead with you. And you realize
Wait, I don't remember this happening.
her eyes narrow. Watches. She clutches the spear tightly, not with fear, but with purpose. As she springs up from where she sat, lands powerfully on both feet, and levies the spear. And immediately begins stepping forwards.
Yes, you should hide that. Mother is going to take it away tomorrow.
She pauses, looks towards the spear, looks towards you, looks back towards the spear. This kind of just levies it back again, a little weaker this time, more curious. She steps forward again.
Let me think. Our favorite dessert is mother's apple pie, but we do not want to tell her because then you know how she gets.
The spear lowers now to a more neutral. She steps forwards, almost approaching and stopping at the precipice. Kind of zooming the camera out a little. There is you, there is her, and the divide between you as the abyss and yourself on one side, and your childhood home on the other.
I do not know what is happening. I do not know if you are me for real or a trick or magic or like this is like a weird dimension thing. But you see, mother takes that spear away tomorrow because you should we can't climb trees as good as we think. I can climb trees good now, but maybe tomorrow you like I don't know, go play in the pond.
Her head tilts a little. She's clearly listening. She outstretches a hand.
I'll try and outstretch a hand. I don't know if I can Is there like a blue?
You both reach, and just at that precipice, your hands meet. You see a brightness come over her, a mixture of happiness and just the pure thrill that you're used to feeling yourself.
Mhm. Yes, we did it. I like gesture to the scales. um, we go on fun adventures. We have a very hot partner. Um, we have some very nice friends. Uh, I don't know if there are rules. It feels like I shouldn't tell you everything, but you and I'll like crouch down to kid level because I mean I'm probably a tall kid, but I'm like tall. Uh, you have to listen. The you Yes, you can climb trees better than all the other kids, but you cannot climb trees that good. Okay?
She nods slowly,
Uh,
and with a speed that only you would recognize, she suddenly throws her arms around you. Just
I'll hug her
holds you
back.
there for a moment.
I'll hug her back. I I don't know if you are a different kind of me, but I hope you don't have to go through what I went through. There's other ways to prove you are strong than climbing trees and fighting bears. This is dangerous.
She smiles a knowing smile, just keeps eye contact with you, listening, almost as if there's some shared understanding on her end as well of the events that are taking place.
Um, and mother means well. She is a little overbearing. Do not leave her alone with your friends. Um, and well, we could like study more. It wouldn't hurt to know all the words that people are saying. And no, we eat a lot of vegetables. That's okay. Uh, you are very good. No one needs you to prove how good you are. And stop making everybody worry. Stop running off.
You feel a slight poke in your hand. You see that she has slid the small toy spear she was holding into your neutral hand. She
I mean,
nods.
I'm a very good hiding spot because it would be. And I look back in some sort of abyss. I don't know where we are going. Um, we may have snuck off too far this time, but um, I don't know if I. Oh, and I'll take like a normal arrow because I would still have those even though I don't need them. Um, that's fletched with like a really wicked bird wing feather. I don't fletch arrows for real. A bird wing, a whole wing, right?
And she takes it with glee. You feel the magic is creating this scene before you. slowly begin to recede. But you have a moment.
I think I would give her a hug, and then I would tell her, in like 6 months there is a wolf cub, and she really needs your help, so that's a good time. So in 6 months you should sneak off again, but between now and then, don't.
She nods again as the scene in front of you vanishes. You are staring into the abyss once more.
Do I have the toy spear?
You look down. You see it's a toy spear. Looks a little different than you remember it now.
Well, that's important.
You don't remember the spear of your childhood having a bird feather attached to the end. Or maybe you do. Who knows?
Oh, I know what I would try and do. Does the group chat still work?
You attempt to psychically link with your friends and receive nothing but static.
Well, okay. Well, she's won the in the fight, so it's time for a move you've never seen, sports fans. Now we will sit down and panic.
And the rest of us will never hear about this ever.
And shifting away for just a moment, back to the realm of the rest of the party here. We left off with y'all taking a look around the room, I believe was the plan. You wanted to have a quick poke around. Yeah, okay, so kind of just going in a clockwise direction here. It's that northern wall is pretty much mostly barren. There are a few kind of random bags and sacks of just nonsense. Some of it is relatively fresh. A lot of it is just mildewed. Stuff like, you know, grain and cotton, and there's a lot of stuff that's already been bitten into by moths and things like that. There is a small shelf that probably once stocked something, but has now just long since destroyed. Around that corner in the little block to the east there we go. I can do directions. You see a few busted and broken boxes, but you do see something rather large covered with a huge piece of white cloth. And it looks, in comparison to the dirt and the dust in this area, this looks clean. I'm not going to say immaculate, but it's clean. There are a few bookshelves on that wall. Have a few different items, some of them which you've already taken a quick gander at, but it's mostly records of transactions, records of letters that have been sent and received, and a few kind of just, you know, fiction novels. And then kind of going back around the bottom there's a couple of empty shelves. One which seems to have a rather large brown chest on it, and then the rest of the living area isn't really particularly exciting. to be honest with you. It's just a lot of busted and broken shelves, some which are still in use but don't really have anything interesting on them. You imagine that if someone was staying here, they clearly did not really care about living living arrangements. But yeah, that is what you would find.
Okay, so what's under the cloth?
You want to take a look?
I also
Yes.
just want to refresh memory that Jack has detect magic as well. So as we're wandering, just if there's anything
Okay.
that is doing that, just in case.
Excellent. Good you mentioned that, actually, because as you approach the bottom section there, there is a ping in the big brown chest.
Okay.
Seems to be of enchantment, some kind of weak enchantment. Not on the chest, in the chest.
Okay. We can do
Is there-
the. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say
Oh,
the
go ahead.
Mara's thing that she was investigating.
I just want to know if there's anything else written in like Celestial that I can read.
Not in the rest of the room. There's a few random letters. Like some of the books very clearly have letters that have been like transposed into the book so that they can't get lost. There are a few letters that are written in Celestial that are just like shipping orders, essentially. There's a lot of languages as you're reading through that these shipping orders have been written in. But yeah, nothing as exciting as the previous session, unfortunately. Just shipping orders. Mostly talking about crates. So shipping like 1 crate of something, 3 crates of something. Very ambiguous. Okay, so Mara, as you pull this essentially tarpaulin out of the way, you immediately see this very well looked after, very shiny machine. And it's relatively big. It's big. It's big. You see what appear to be kind of metallic bars stretching across. What seem to be 2 kind of crystallized semicircles on either side. And what seems to be a crystalline, glowing, but currently dormant, what you would assume would be a power source. Actually, since it's you who's checking this out, go ahead and roll me a history check. Or Arcana, whichever you prefer.
It's higher now. Or Arcana is higher. 29.
29, okay. You're probably the only person in the party who has seen one of these before, considering your background. They are mostly used on luxury liners as a form of entertainment, but they are also bought privately by thrill-seeking nobles, mostly. This is essentially a crystal cycle. It is a relatively modern technological advancement, mostly made in the area of Parthan, but it essentially functions as a floating, flying motorcycle, for lack of a better description. And they are incredibly expensive. And this thing is, with an Arcana check like that, this thing is in good shape. This thing is in very good shape. It's very well looked after. It seems to be powered, but definitely an expensive oddity.
I want a flying book. What?
Mara would say, "Hey, Dewan, remember when Aridin and Orin told us that they were riding these cycle things off of a boat?
Dawan's going to.
I think this is one of them."
Dawan's like looking at the books. There's a flying bike down here.
Yes. Was the hallway? The hallway wasn't. The hallway was wide.
How did
It was like
how did they get it down the was it built in here? I
I
don't
don't know. Unless another way out. We haven't finished investigating everything down here.
there might be another way out. I'm half tempted to bring this, but I don't think it would fit into the bag of holding. Are you gonna we shouldn't
I mean,
take
one of us could
this.
try to ride it.
Was
Who am I
Arcana
kidding?
check of was it an Arcana check of 29, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. One additional detail.
Can it collapse? Is it a collapsible flying bike?
Does it get small?
Does it get itty bitty?
No.
Does it
Can I put it on a keychain?
turn to a suitcase? We're never gonna let Ray finish this.
The one additional detail that you pick up is usually vehicles like this are either engraved by their user or they are engraved by the manufacturer. The reason why it's an Arcana check is because it's usually magically engraved in the crystalline power source. Taking a look, you find neither mark.
Mara engraves her name. No, just kidding. It now says Mara Katani.
It's like the equivalent of a sawed-off shotgun.
Right? Well, yeah, I think we should try to take it because it'll be useful maybe at some point. But we still need to find out.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you mentioned actually. If I want to look at the books, but someone else can look at something because I know that Jack or well, Ellis, you said you were looking at something, and Akemi, you said you were looking at something.
The celestial writing.
Yeah, looking. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
Cool. All right. Cool. So, flicking back for just a moment while there's a lull here. Now, as you sit on the ground here, definitely do not panic. A pathway opens up kind of on your right hand side, and from seemingly nowhere in the abyss, stepping forwards towards you, is Lupa.
Whew. Now he's not been alone or not had someone else in her brain most of her life.
As a slow and determined walk as Lupa continues on. Not quite harrowed, but definitely seems like they had experienced something that they perhaps would like to discuss with you. If you had the chance to, as Lupa rejoins you on the platform, you hear a huge, thunderous crack as the ground beneath you
radical.
fully shatter, but it kind of cracks down. And roll me a perception check.
Okay. Hey, 24.
Excellent. Awesome. As the ground kind of cracks underneath you, you are almost forced to stagger a little bit, but as your eyes kind of recover, off in the distance, inside that swirling, breathing nebula of colors and sparkles that seem to scatter across the sky of the abyss, you see a slight flash of a dark blue that kind of pulses bright, pulls back again. And it kind of appears and vanishes, almost like a sea serpent, kind of just cresting out of the water for just a moment, seeing just enough to get a tiny little look before it vanishes back into the bluish darkness. And that's when the ground shatters entirely underneath you, and you plummet. You continue to fall and fall. You kind of have that Spy Kids 2 moment where you're just continuously falling to the point where it actually gets a little boring towards the end. You kind of exchange glances. Looper very clearly went from like terrified to, all right, let's hurry it along.
We're in falling hell, I see. I've been falling for 52 hours.
Before there's a flash of light before you, and you feel as you bump into solid stonework, not hard enough to cause serious damage, but enough to kind of wind you a bit.
Bump like I was walking.
Bump like you fell down a stair. It's a very sudden jolt. As you kind of feel it. And knowing you, you'd probably land on your feet. But yeah, there's this sudden, almost as if someone just placed it underneath you. You come to in a different, but still very dilapidated room.
Is Lupa there?
Lupa's with you. Lupa also landed, and you heard like a little kind of grunt as she also caught herself on her paws.
Does it smell right in here?
Smells mildew, bit sewagey, but like nothing super weird.
So it smells real?
As far as you're aware. The room itself is small, cramped, probably 10 by 15, but the ceiling is very low.
Is there a door?
There seems to be some kind of lever, from what you can see, leading to something.
Okay, so I was rolling. I'm going to try to figure out if this lever is a door, so I'm going to pull it, and if something opens, I'm going to start shouting for my party members.
Okay. You run up, you pull the lever, and it's just as the party here has kind of begun to break back away, you see the wall around the cycle flash once with a white light, and then the entire wall partition slides backwards. As it does so, continues back and continues back. And now, from your point of view, this wall in front of you, you've pulled the lever, and all of a sudden it's.
Oh, good. Does it? Can I like put the lever back?
You put the lever back, and it's still just.
Fuck.
Oh, okay. So sorry, I needed to clarify. So now he's getting crushed by walls now? Is that what I'm
Not
picking
quite
up?
crushed, but there is a wall
There's
that has
a
now
wall.
started
Okay.
moving towards Noe.
Okay. All right.
And
All right.
you haven't had the chance to like take a full stock of this room so far. But
Oh.
as the wall retreats,
You're back.
because you have blind sense, we're back. Wonderful. Cool. I can give this recap to everyone then. Noe is currently dealing with this wall encroaching. Mara has caught the slightest bit of Lupa's fur, and as Mara has said this, you have indeed heard. This wall is retreating. It's probably about during this conversation that it has stopped. You're kind of not quite like pinned to the wall behind you, but there's a bit of a squeeze, bit of a tightness as you have to kind of would have to wiggle and worm your way out here as this secret door has moved itself backwards.
Yeah, I would get out.
I mean, that one's gonna scramble to the where there was a mention of Lupa and feel around. Can you just like see Dawan's hand like reach around an edge or something?
I would wiggle out, and if Dawan allows, Naui is going to like full dip and kiss her on the mouth.
I mean, I was to say Dawan's gonna grab you by the collar and just smash your face to hers and say, "Stop running down hallway."
I like to think you both go for it at the same
Yeah.
time, so you're ready for like the full dip, but all of a sudden it's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, it's a dip, and then I bring your face to mine, but also like claws slightly out. Please, at least slow down for the party to catch up with you. Next time you run into a mysterious basement hallway.
I'm sorry. And she is clearly crying.
Are you okay? And now, like, Dawan's gonna give you the once over. Are you still bleeding?
For sure.
Yeah, okay.
Right? I'm still hurt.
Oh yeah,
for
no,
sure,
it's still
for sure
fucked
still
up.
hurt. And you ask if she's okay, and she says no.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna cast, like, I'm gonna give you a potion.
What does the room look like?
No one else exists. It's just us. It's gay.
I mean, yes, but also. Okay, so yeah, this is a teeny tiny room. The wall that has like slid back has taken up the majority of it at this point. There's only kind of like this little 5x5 box ahead of you. It's
I'm at the
very,
room where
very
people
small.
were fighting. Is this the room where people fought before? Like, I got out from behind the wall.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you can see you can now see this room where your previous encounter had taken place. There is a decapitated panther person on the ground, along with some very,
Mara
very,
got angry. she had it.
along with some very, very destroyed automata and some just kind of speckled. There's a bit of sap here. There's a bit of explosion there. It's a very colorful picture ahead of you.
Is everyone out here okay? It looks like I missed a lot. Sorry.
Well, Irish tried to steal your girl, but besides that, everything's cool.
Wait, what?
Iris wanted me to know that if I wanted a replacement hugging friend, that she would be willing, but you can't be replaced. So, and
Are you sure you don't need a replacement?
No, I'm very much a one hugging friend kind of cat, and I'm saying this like as I smear some restorative ointment on you, BT dubs. Like I'm healing you. Like
I got 9. It looks like it was 7.
you got 9 points, but I'm not done there. I'm putting some ointment on all the things.
Wait, hear me out.
Okay.
But hear me out.
All right.
I'm at 69 now.
Nice. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Do you stop bleeding? Are you still bloody?
No, I'm not bloody.
Okay, then I'm gonna stop. 69. Nice.
Of course. Why would I think anything less?
Do we need to? So, did we figure out if the panther person was who we wanted to find?
We might have gotten a little angry and upset with the panther person, and that one's gonna move out of the way. You're gonna see a beheaded corpse behind her.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What? Was it my fault?
Mara just walks away. We'll come back for the bike. We should see what else is down here.
Bike? Oh. Let's say bike.
Apparently,
I think Mara's like the main. Yeah, I guess both. I don't. Jack has no idea what that is, so I can't explain what it is.
Question mark.
I mean, if the crystal was the crystal like a specific color, is it clear? If it's pink, Hiroki should get it. We all have flying mounts. We have mounts.
I'm saying Hiroki on the bike.
I know.
Yeah, we all have mounts, not flying yet,
I'm
but
saying
we do all have mounts.
Shiny magical girl, boy, magical lad should have aesthetic as fuck flying bike to go with.
It's true.
Matches.
Mara's not going to use it. She's like, it's one of those things. She's like, if anything, we can sell it later. But
yeah.
But there was still more space down here, and she's concerned that someone's going to sneak up behind us and murder us all. So.
Does I haven't I have another friend that you haven't met yet. It's well, we haven't landed on a name still. You did kind of know them as Snappy, but they've come back as a fern, and they have a special thing that they can make a dimension that we can go into for an hour that can't be seen if we wanted like a little break for a second, and we could hear what's going on out here while in there. I don't know, I just thought maybe that could help if people did need to take a breather, but if not, let's keep on going.
It's not named Fern?
Well, no, it is a fern. Like it can transform. They can transform into different plants that I've come across, and they decided a fern this time. It takes me a little while to help them transform, but they're a fern now. We haven't decided on a name yet because Snappy doesn't really work because it's not a snapdragon anymore.
And their name be Gully.
What is it?
Stop.
Did you say gully? As in
Yeah.
Yes,
fern
like
gully?
fern gully. Yes.
Well, it won't always be a fern either. It'll change into other things.
This is Jesse speaking. I'm just saying Gully's a non-fern name that could work for many. many.
Now we would ask, Hiroki, are you okay? You like met us like an hour ago, and now there's a beheaded person.
I mean, I think we're all here, right?
Yes, we are. I just wanted to make sure. Um, I wanted to apologize because you just met us, and I have been very brash, and I got everyone in a lot of trouble again. For you, it's the first time, but for everyone else, it's again, and I am sorry.
Well, I mean, the important thing is that like we got everyone back, and it seems like you are not, in fact, kidnapping animals or people. And whoever's doing that, I would like to stop. I would like them to stop doing that. And if you are on the side of trying to stop the kidnapping of animals and people as well, then I think we can work together.
Okay.
Did you find anything, Hiroki, about what, like, you're looking at papers, right? Were you looking at papers?
Just a bunch of shipping manifests.
Does it say what kind of cargo? was
No,
shipped?
that's incredibly vague. It just says crate. In multiple languages. Just one crate, 5 crates.
That's not helpful at all.
Question, did the shipping manifest have like destinations and like port of entry, port of exit type thing, or was it just a list of crate and numbers?
Yes, but also I'd like you to roll me an Arcana check, please,
Okay.
or history, whichever you prefer.
Arcana's definitely
Couple of those.
better. 15.
Okay.
Arcana.
You check, and there are indeed locations as to where these are being sent, and confirmations that they have been received and accounted for. They're kind of just scattered all across Vega. There's, for the most part, you notice that they are deliveries to major cities. There's not a lot of smaller towns and the like here. It's all just the major cities, and a lot of deliveries towards the capitals of the various different areas across the world here. There's something familiar about a few of the locations, but you can't quite put your finger on what. It's been
Is it the same places I'm ordering my coffee supplies?
a few of them, yes. A few of these places, you're like, oh, this has a really good blend. Oh, wait, no, this has a really...
Oh, they have really good sugar here.
Yeah, there's a few that look familiar, but
They places with a heavy Magicarnum presence, because didn't the previous letter kind of hint that they were dealing with someone in the Magicarnum?
Most capital cities across the planet really have at least one major hub that the Magicarnum operates out of. Yes.
So there are destinations. It's a lot of the major cities. I don't know how helpful this is.
I mean, anything we didn't know before is helpful. But Mara said there's still other stuff to explore, so are we all going to go?
Jack is gonna go look in the box, the large brown chest.
Okay, fantastic. It's not locked. Is the first thing you notice. It's not exactly well looked after, but not exactly dilapidated either. It's kind of just a average kind of wear and tear across it. You open it up, and the first thing you see is another pouch. First of all, small leather. To the left-hand side, you see what appear to be 2 wooden racks, and they are filled with approximately 18 different glass vials, all sealed with a wooden kind of like cork topper, and all filled with a crimson liquid on the side. On the right-hand side of the box, there is a smaller, almost like a jewelry chest. And this one very clearly is locked, because not only is the chest locked, there's also a padlock across it with like 2 chains creating an X across. But that's where you're detecting the magic from. And the last little thing kind of off to the side is a small leather-bound, what appears to be a diary of sorts, and a thin silver needle.
Like a sewing needle? Or
a little bit longer than like a traditional sewing needle. Looks like a more of a leather sewing needle than a standard one. But yes.
Okay. I will just kind of grab all of it, I guess.
Just like starts pulling it into the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, sure thing. You can go ahead and grab that. That's all that's really here in terms of things of note or interest, unfortunately.
There was that like locked broom closet type thing further down the hallway before the race, wasn't there?
Yes. There's a small kind of locked up. Yeah.
And then from this room, are there other doors too exiting, or just where we came in?
So at the moment, this room was a dead end until the bike, where the wall where the bike is pulled back and revealed a smaller room off to the side. Other than that, this room's a dead end, and then there's the broom closet, and that's it.
Okay.
I can toss the tiny room. It looked like it was old and forgotten, but I can look in there for anything, if there's anything of note to roll for.
Okay. Not really to roll for, because it's relatively obvious with a high enough passive. The room is completely empty, other than 1, a slight draft coming from the northernmost wall, and 2, what appears to be a scrawling into the wall. This scrawling is unique in that it appears to be written with some kind of liquid gold. It is metallic. As soon as you kind of give it a tap, you can tell straight away.
Can I read this scrolling, or is it just like sigils and?
Can you read Celestial?
Can I read Celestial?
Can you read Celestial?
Can I read Celestial? No.
But you would recognize it as a similar typography to what was on the metallic knight's armors. There was like a section of sigils in their chest, similar to that.
There's a bunch of letters in here I can't read. They're in gold that look like the things out here, the knights. And there is a draft is it in the same wall?
Yeah. So there's like a slight draft coming through the north,
So I
and then like
I think this wall can open too if you can read the words, maybe, if you want to see where it goes.
I'll take a look at it. I can read it.
okay. To answer a question from earlier as well, because I realized that I didn't actually answer it. The crystal in the bike is clear. There's no color to it.
So
It's
we
just
could make it pink, is what you're saying.
Easily
Make it pink.
there's-
Hiroki
you
could
can-
engrave their name in the crystal and it belongs to them. It's a maker's mark.
I
only one way to find it.
have a question. If we want to do this before the scrolling and the escaping through the secret door, we were gonna speak with dead. Do we
Yes.
still want to try that?
Do we want to try it here? All we have to do is take the head.
We could just take the head.
Get messy.
It's a bit grim.
It's blood. Blood washes, usually.
I mean,
But bloodstains are so hard to get out of clothing.
and armor. I would also feel more comfortable doing it here in
Here?
the basement of a smuggling house than the streets of the city outside. Feel like,
Don't we have a ship?
well,
I have a little special area we can go into for an hour as well
fair.
that can't be seen into, but we could see out
I
of.
guess that one's just gonna pick up the head and stick it in the bag of holding. Because, like, what else? Why not?
We could wrap it in like a cloak that we find here.
It
at
goes to its
least.
own pocket dimension, gets its own pocket.
Oh, okay.
It does rot, just slower.
Better. Good. Great.
Well, that's good to know.
Good to know.
Just letting you know, physics. Things rot in a vacuum, it just takes longer.
I would like to see what's in the small room that we passed before we might possibly exit. I mean, maybe there's nothing in there, but maybe there's a special room that people disappear into, like the one that is there.
Sure. That one's, yeah. You go check out that room. Looks like the other three are looking at the storeroom. I'm just going to wrap up this head.
Mara's actually already in the hallway because remember she left.
Oh, I didn't realize you
thought
left.
I thought you like left into like the other room. I didn't realize you left into the hallway.
No, because she didn't want people coming behind. She's
Yeah.
afraid someone's gonna sneak up on us.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
on the lookout. I got you.
Yeah, Mara
Yes,
is in the
so-
hallway.
She's in the hallway.
With the
Just standing
candlestick.
there. Right. I mean, I don't know that she saw a locked door earlier, so
I guess like you'd see me then walking by you out past like into the hallway to the door if you want to accompany me.
Jacaranda, where are we going? And she starts walking in sync with you.
There's a door that there might be things behind. Also, I found this stone that I think you have to talk to people with, but I don't do that often. So maybe you should have it. And I
On
hold
stone
out.
that you talk to people with.
I hold out the communication stone that I found on the Panther Man. It had a note on it, I think, that said sometimes choices have to be made. So I just give you like the whole kit and caboodle.
Okay.
So it might talk to you. I don't know who will be on the other side
I'm
of
afraid
it.
who's
or
on
if-
the other end and
Well-
if they can track us. But okay. I will figure something out. I will talk to Hiroki.
Okay.
They seem to know magic stuff.
You just talk to people better, so I thought it would make more sense for you to have it so that if they talk, then you can talk to them. And it will work out well.
Okay.
And so
So you said there's a door?
yeah, so I don't know what, like, I guess we'll approach the door.
Okay. So the Mara, Dawan, and Jacaranda are all heading
I thought
out to the corridor?
Dawan was just wrapped in the head. I wasn't sure if
I'm-
Dawan was coming with.
I'm going to stay in. Wait, so you're going in the small room that of the wall that opened?
No, the back into the hallway there was like a
The
broom closet type
Yeah.
Yes.
door that
Yeah.
was like when we first came into
Okay.
the
And then Navi
hallway.
and
Crappy
Hiroki are
wooden-
where?
in the
still in
small
the-
room that opened up, I believe.
Okay, in
Yeah,
that
with
room.
the-
I had the two rooms mixed up.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you took the diary. You took the stuff that was in the chest, right?
Yes, I have
You
it.
have it. You haven't mentioned it.
Yeah. I haven't mentioned it yet.
Yeah, I think after she's wrapped the head, Dawn's gonna do a quick glance at the bookshelf because I always do. I know you mentioned some of the books, but if there's anything that like really stands out, I think she would grab those. Not
Well, and Iris is probably looking at the bookshelf too because she's still searching for a book.
yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
I'll.
The book.
That's true. So I can have that moment with Iris, and then I am going to stick by Naoi's side.
Okay. All right. So 2 of you in one room, 3 of you in the other. Okay. So let's head to this small little room that currently has the bike and the engraving in it. Hiroki. The sentence is indeed in Celestial, and it is a sentence, not coded this time, it would appear, like jumbled. It simply says, "Fly, my children, and don't look back."
Oh, wait, Dawn, does this sentence make any sense to you of fly my children and don't look back?
You asking me?
Well, you both are here, so yeah?
I mean, I guess it could. I don't know. Did someone here used to fly? Maybe.
I mean, that one's just gonna look back into the other room at the flying motorcycle that made its way in here, a basement. Could it have anything to do with the motorcycle? I'm sorry, I don't know that it's called a motorcycle. The flying bike?
I mean, that would make sense,
Maybe.
but why would they leave a note behind a wall? That wall must open. I'm gonna try and figure out how this wall can. I'm gonna look for the draft and.
Should I say this in Celestial now, you think? And maybe the door will open?
Oh, maybe.
I do that.
Okay.
During this scene, Born to be Wild is running through my is running through my head, just saying.
You speak the phrase here, and there's a few moments of nothing, before you hear behind the wall the slight ticking of cogs beginning to spin. You begin to hear pistons, occasional burst of steam and a whir as this wall begins to slide down, revealing.
I made the wall move.
Mm-hmm. As the wall comes on down, reveals a small opening. Seems to have two large, thin, gold semicircles that are just a little bit away from the wall and bolted into the sides, and contains the same magical celestial runes across the outside, one side and another. It appears to be damaged, though. Looks like someone had multiple times run something sharp across both sides, because there are gash marks throughout both of the golden pieces here.
That looks impressive. Do you think you could fix it, kitten?
Mend it, perhaps. Can I study it? And I guess to do an Arcana check. Oh God, go away, Steam.
Sure thing.
See if
This
it's
could be a toughie.
Yeah,
but
see if
sure
it's
thing.
something that I could even fix at all. Oh God. It's a 9. I rolled a 3 plus 6.
Solid. Like it.
I reach into my pouch and pull out a gold marker. Does this work? And it doesn't.
It's some paint filler. That'll do it.
Wipe some
Green
toothpaste.
stuff?
Wipe some toothpaste onto it. There, I've patched the cracks. Is it working?
Just picking up your own like rejuvenation salve and just kind of rubbing across that a little
Get
bit.
some blue electrical tape. There you go.
Get some gold duct tape. Does that do it? I don't.
I don't think so.
I'm more of a living. I mean, machines
Well,
and.
You said Mara knew the flying bike. Maybe when she gets back, she'll know what the ring is.
Or Iris, who is here. Silent, but never forgotten. Iris, I don't know if you're done looking at the books.
Wait, I want to hear Ray's southern accent as Iris. Come on.
Yep.
I was gonna say, there's like,
Please.
I'm so glad I failed this roll now.
Do you actually call Iris from the other?
Yes! Iris seems
Okay.
much more
Jerry's like, "Are you
learned than I am in
Ray's
the
like,
magic.
Ray's like, are you sure you call Iris?
Are you
Okay,
positive
so-
you call Iris?
So you can hear kind of like next door the shuffling of books as a rather expedient and growing a little frustrated, kind of just throwing of novels off to the side. You call and she pokes her head around. Just, oh, sorry, I was busy sorting out the the books for the thing that I was telling you that I needed to find for. Yeah, well, anyway, you said something?
Yes, so there's some gold. I'm just gonna gesture to the whole everything. With the duct tape and
wow.
the toothpaste and the salve. There's inscription. I don't know if you heard us talking earlier, but there's inscription that said, "Fly, my children, don't look back." Hiroki said it in Celestial. this revealed itself. It's cracked. I tried to fix it, but my methods didn't work. Picks a piece of toothpaste out of the wall. Do you
I just have
know
Iris
how to fix it?
roll. Iris steps forward and looking at you, looking at the engraving, looking at this thing, pauses a moment, kind of like inspects it a bit, just well, that is certainly a big gold thing you have there. I mean, it is certainly. I have no idea how this thing works. I've got to be totally honest with you. I do not have a clue.
I guess we wait for Mara to return. Have you found anything interesting in the books?
I mean, I can go and get her if no, there's nothing interesting in the book. Just a lot of really bad stories that I could have written better myself, but that's fine.
I'm gonna write Iris as a fan fiction writer. Got it.
Incredible. Thanks.
I can't make things
Canon.
canon while Izzy isn't here.
No, it's okay.
Fan fiction.
Now he
Writer.
T-poses while the other scene happens.
Iris, let's go get Mara, actually.
Well, that's a good idea. Let's go and get the hugging buddy, but the not that kind of hugging buddy. Let's go get that. And
Yeah.
she'll gotta just be led along with you as we flick to the other scene real quick here. The two of you are in front of a locked door.
What's locked?
I'm going to check for traps.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me the old perception check. I mean, I guess in this case it would be probably investigation, considering it's a door. There's not really a whole lot else that is here other than a rickety door. So either or, whichever you prefer.
Well, perception's higher, but they both were similar rolls. 14 on one, 16 on the other.
Okay. You can feel, as you're kind of checking around the edges and checking, you can feel what is definitely a kind of loose, sloppily set tension trigger.
Try to disarm it.
Go ahead and roll that sleight of hand.
My thieves' tools list this. 22.
Easy.
Much better.
Sloppily set trap plus your excellent skills and excellent tools. You can go ahead and get rid of that tension trigger without much issue at all. And with the 22, just for the sake of expediency, this lock isn't very complicated, so you could also easily pick it if you wish.
Okay, I do. I pick it.
Excellent. You carefully open up the door, and it's a small room inside, but a lot of the space has definitely been used. First thing you notice is just how blue the inside is here. Not with light, just with decor choices. There are blue flowers in the vases. There are blue pieces of fabric strewn across the walls.
Mara moves in. This is my new space.
I'm moving in.
This is my summer home.
What little light is being shed in here is being shed by these small kind of like candelabras that are covered with this slightly translucent blue, almost like a foil. And inside this room, it's a very, very small room. There's a set of candles at the very, very back wall on what appears to be this large bench with a lectern pushed up to it. There is a collection of prayer mats, kind of just down on the ground, very neatly organized and very uniformly organized. There is what appears to be a gold coin placed on the lectern, but as you kind of look a little closer, it's not quite a gold coin. It looks more like a pressed coin would be more, like the ones you get at I don't even know if this is an American thing. If you go out to like a theme park, they have those things where you can place a coin in and then you can press them down and they squish into like an oval. Yeah, it's like one of those. It's very clearly at one point a gold coin, even with the same kind of like vacant insignias on the side, and it's been pushed into an oval and kind of like stretched outwards. And it's just placed there. And it's probably about the size of your fist. It's a lot bigger than a regular coin, but yeah. Other than that, this room appears to be empty. There's definitely some kind of prayer shrine of sorts.
Can we tell like what they pray to, or
Yeah.
Roll the religion check.
I'm good in that too. 22.
That's both? Oh shoot. So I got 18 plus something religion. Nope, 19.
Okay.
Not religious.
That's more. That's
She's not a cleric, she's a druid. Oh.
valid. Yeah, so that is enough for both of you to know that it is not if it is a deity, it's not one that's part of the regular Vacant pantheon, nor is it any of the usual estranged powers either. Whatever this is, it's new to you both at the very least. And what was your roll, Mar?
22, right?
22. Okay. Yeah, even with that, neither of you recognize this.
Any like pamphlets or anything?
There are no brochures lying around.
Any
Have you
religious
heard the
texts?
good news?
They're not fantasy Mormons. This isn't how this is working.
Okay, well, we saw it, and at least we know what's in here now.
Why would it be locked?
Maybe it's special. They don't want.
Are you
people-
still seeing magic?
Probably not. But I can cast it again. And so I shall. Detect magic.
And out of character question, did we ever find the mama cat in any of the animals we put in the thing?
No. But also the other vision that you had kind of suggested that the mother was still out in the wild and it was the kids that were taken. So
Right. Well, did we find any other cats? Because the cat led us here.
not here, no.
Okay.
Yeah. None that you packed into the greenhouse were any of the same species.
Okay, so and I cast detect magic again just to see if there was anything magical in here.
There's no like magical items or anything like that like ping. But I will say, since you burned a spell slot for it, there is a vague primordial air about this room. There may not be magic here now, but someone has probably tapped into something in here.
Okay.
What it is, though, you wouldn't be able to tell. But there's just something in the air in this room.
So yeah, I just explained it's vaguely magical, but there's not really a source that it's coming from. So maybe whatever they worshipped or however they worshipped left a faint trace.
Maybe past rituals.
Hmm.
Have you felt
Interesting.
anything like it before? Like,
Well, it's primordial, but not. I don't think specifically. Have I?
I mean, it's not really anything super specific. It's just when people call on magic, they pull from one force or the other, and sometimes there's just if one room specifically or one area specifically is used for a lot of rituals, for example, like magical rituals, there
Mhm.
sometimes becomes this kind of like background noise almost of just the tiniest little bit of magic. It would be the same in any of for anyone who's magically attuned. It would be the same in like Vaker's chaplaincies or like I don't know, wizards studying areas or anything like that. It's just kind of
Okay.
a hum, a background noise. So it just informs you that this area has probably been used for prayer or ritual or something.
Okay. Yeah, nothing specifically. So
so weird to have it locked.
yeah.
Does
I
it
feel
look
like-
like it's been used recently?
Relatively. It's not dusty or dilapidated in here by any means. In fact, like this is probably out of everything down here, including the house above itself, actually, this is the nicest room in this whole area.
Because there's a trap and a lock, right?
Yeah, right? Mara's gonna look around because she's like, there's gotta be something here. It's just too weird. I'm like, if this is your prayer room and you're doing your rituals and stuff, then fine, but you don't need to. It's just a blue room. You don't need to lock and trap it.
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that. The tension trigger was connected to a crossbow that was mounted to the wall, like at the actual door frames. The idea is you would step in and immediately.
Yeah. Mara is gonna look around, and if she doesn't find anything, she's gonna be like, Jack, you have that nice wand, right?
Oh yeah.
But
I
she's gonna
do.
look first. 9. Mara has no clue. Everything's so blue. She's just, it's all so blue.
She's like rubbing on the walls and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's so nice. Wow.
She's like chipping off the paint. I need to get this color for
Back at our
my room.
house.
Yeah.
I'll use the magic secrets wand just to see if there's a secret area or more traps or something, because that's weird.
Okay. Cool.
Expend
I need to double check the wording on the secrets real quick.
If we do find something, I have
I don't remember what it does.
a chime of opening we can use to open stuff if we need to.
If a secret door or trap is within 30 foot of you, the wand pulses or points at the nearest one to you. Okay, cool. That's easy.
Yeah, the one that we just opened.
It's
it's
hard
no
to
longer a
use.
trap,
It's
Ray.
not a
It's
trap
no longer a trap.
You go ahead and activate your wand of secrets. And as the magic item just kind of pulses to life, you feel your hand immediately move, and it points directly to the lectern. Specifically directly to the coin on the lectern.
The coin.
Now, is it a trap or a secret?
Well, the coin I would think would be a trap. If it's pointing at a coin, I would think it's a trap. It's not a secret door. How would a coin be a secret door? A secret passage? The lectern
be
could
a
be
trap.
secret. That's what I'm saying. If it's anything, it's probably a trap.
We should go get the rogue.
I feel like that's probably when
As I say, it's probably about then
Iris
that-
and
Iris.
It's probably about then that you hear footsteps behind you, and Hiroki and Iris kind of come round the corner, and you see the two of the two of your party checking out this room, and now you see the same thing. This very bright blue, what appears to be a prayer shrine.
Very
Fancy.
blue. Oh, Mara, you can fix things, right? I didn't break it. We didn't break it this time.
Maybe what am I fixing?
A gold machine thing.
I'll try. And Mara starts up a group chat. Dewan, I need your cat burglar skills. There's something that may be trapped that's outside of my trap knowledge.
There is a much longer beat of silence than you're expecting from Doan, who usually answers right away. And then like a very distracted, okay, be right there.
What were they doing alone?
So I'm gonna go try to fix what Hiroki wants me to fix.
Okay. So the
Hiroki, if
coin
you
is
would
like a
to share.
trap or a door. I say to Iris and Hiroki.
Austin, you're muted. You're saying pithy things, but yeah.
She's like, I know, it's fine. Okay. Anything we needed to cover before we did the swap scene? Or we good? Alright, cool.
Just that Dewan and Nawi's clothes are a little disheveled when we pass each other in the hallway, but besides
Oh yeah, just
and
clothes.
Mara has a passive perception of 20, so she notices.
Sure, you know. Now he's looking extra rejuvenated.
Now he's still fixing her hair. Hi, Mara. This is the Hello.
You should go with Dewan, because no one should be without a buddy, because I'm tired of people disappearing.
Then
Then you'd be
You have a
alone.
buddy.
Hiroki, I said I
Oh.
asked Hiroki to show me
Oh.
where.
Oh,
okay.
Mara went with a buddy.
Okay.
Sorry, it was I thought Jack Randa was talking to Iris and Hiroki. I was confused.
I did too. I didn't realize, yeah.
Hiroki's just being
So just
dragged
Iris.
from room to room.
Yes, basically.
New friend, help
Hi,
please.
hi,
He's
hi,
the
new
messenger
friend.
boy because
This
he doesn't
way.
have the group chat.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
He's like
This is
being-
true.
He just
He
sees us
doesn't know,
all go
realize that group chat
silent.
exists. So he's like, oh, I have to do this physically and like be the messenger between
Oh, bless,
point A and point
bless
B.
his poor
Oh
heart.
no.
Hiroki
He's like-
sees us just like we just randomly go silent for like a minute, and then we're like, "All right,
Okay.
Rick," and Hiroki's like,
What? Oh, I guess I better follow. make sure
Hiroki's
that-
just like, oh, I thought you were just a very silent party that knew each other really, 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 really well.
Yeah. The
gets the
look.
group chat, and we just never
this
shut
power-
up.
These friends seem to just like get it with one another. It's amazing. Like their friendship strength is just so strong.
Just constantly talking in the group chat, like any group chat, it never stops.
Yeah, so Dawn's just gonna she's just, yeah, great. You're in charge of that, like wiping her mouth. I'll go look at the trap. Naui?
Yes.
And like as we walk away, that one's just gonna mutter, I think we pulled it off. I don't think they suspect a thing.
No, there's no way. I left my hair ties back
I was examining your scalp.
there. High five. Good save.
Okay. A perception check from Dewan, please, and a Arcana check from Mara as you both reach your intended destinations. As Jack, wherever you are, Iris is just standing with you, just kind of giving you a look of just this. This is like it's like this is how social situations go. You're just there.
Mara is going to miss out on this conversation with Dakaranda.
Just like
Wait,
It's not even really like it's like a silent conversation.
Just
Iris is
staring.
just- that's it.
oh, can I guide Dewan on
You absolutely can.
what? So a D4.
I was gonna say, do you want
Add
a
a D4.
perception check or an investigation check?
Whichever's better.
Well, a perception check would be 6. I would like to do investigation, because that's 19 plus a D4. You want me to roll?
It's a D4.
21 for Mara's Arcana check.
20.
Okay. So for Dewan, you immediately can tell what this is. Again, another kind of like really rubbish, crude trap. But it's certainly there. You see the slightest of outlines on the actual lectern itself, and you realize that the coin is actually weighing down an indent in the actual lectern itself. You imagine if the coin was to be removed, it would pop back up, and whatever the trap was would trigger. You're not entirely sure what it's hooked up to. In terms of like the actual trap, there doesn't appear to be any like hanging dangers or anything underneath the fabric that you can notice straight away, but it's definitely here and you can easily remove it.
Yeah, Mara was concerned it was alchemical, so she's like, Dewan knows about chemicals.
It's fair. Do I want to Indiana Jones this? Is the coin important? Have we decided the coin is important? The coin itself?
No, we're just investigating this room because it was locked and trapped and we didn't find anything like special besides the room itself. So we just used my wand, and then the wand said that was either a secret or a trap or a secret trap. I guess it is a secret, or was a secret trap. And then now that's where we're at.
What happens if I just flick the coin off?
That's some Nolly right there.
I got her head all
disable
twisted
the
right
trap
now.
first?
She's
It
not
is
thinking.
hatching.
Dewan's not thinking straight at all right now. So
Okay. I won't.
Mara's gonna hear something explode, and that's it.
I mean,
Leashes for them all.
I guess Dawn's gonna try and use her thieves' tools to, because we don't know if it's a trap. Is it a trap? Do I know that it is specifically a trap that will trigger, or is it just?
Yeah. The information that Jack would have given you from the Wand of Secrets, it is a trap.
Oh, it tells me it's a trap? I thought it just said it's a secret or a...
Well, it would tell you if it's a secret door or a trap.
Oh, a secret door or a trap. Yeah, but if it...
It could still be a
makes
secret door the lectern could, like,
open.
right.
I mean,
How about it pulses
a-
red if it's a trap, and green if it's
it
a
is
door.
it is a very, 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 very good guess that this is trapped.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm gonna say that it seems like the coin is of importance. If the coin is, so I'm gonna try and Indiana Jones this, just fantasy style, because whatever.
Can I help?
How are you going to help?
I will be very
Hold my
gay
hand.
near her, and it will make her want to impress me.
Fern would also, my Fern would also like to help and will offer protection to Duan by giving resistance. So
That is
you would
actually
That's
helpful.
actually
get
helpful.
a D4 to 1 saving throw.
Okay, I appreciate that help. I also appreciate Nawi's help, and it's totally not going to be a distraction to me. Dawan. No, I'm going to try and like look at the coin. I have, what do I have? I've got alchemist supplies and thieves tools. Is there any way for me to like try to gauge the weight of this coin to swap it to take the coin? Is it a normal ass coin or is it important?
Well, it's
So, like I said, it's about the size of a fist.
Okay.
It's ovular.
Okay.
And at least the side that you can see has just the regular Vacant regalia on
I
it.
mean, it's gotta be. There's a reason why this is the trigger. So like, if I've
maybe if you like held the thing down with like the thieves tool so it doesn't move while you like move the coin, or like you could wedge something so it doesn't like pop up.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, like try and wedge something in the indentation of where the coin is, so that it doesn't move.
So that it won't like
Yeah.
be able to come up.
Roll me a sleight of hand. See how well you do that.
Guidance. Guidance.
Mhm.
Sure thing. Fif- 15.
Okay. It's not a well laid trap. It's easy enough for you to go ahead and kind of jam it so that it won't release. You can take the coin.
Take this big ass coin and flip it over.
You do indeed take the big ass coin. You flip it over and see a landscape in front of you. It's like this, almost like a painting just etched into the back of this coin. You see a lot of like tiny little spots that kind of make up this sky almost. And you see a small piece of land, small piece of earth kind of off to the side. And then you see this large tail coming like from the outside of the coin, as it were, making a U shape, and then the end of the tail rests on the landmass. It's not particularly massively detailed, but that's what you figure out. It's almost as if someone scratched the back of the coin to get rid of what was already there, and then just kind of poorly molded their own version.
Even with the poorly molded version and like the messed upness, is there, and this can be we can swap back to the others. But I want to try and do some kind of like history nature check to see if I can recognize the landscape, if it's like an actual based IRL. I've
Okay.
seen it on a map somewhere.
Sorry, go on, Jack Ryan.
I was gonna say I would help if possible, to give advantage if
You're
that
there,
helps.
so yeah, you absolutely can. You can either both roll or you can give one or the other advantage. I'm actually going to give you a choice here, and I'll tell you what each role will correspond to. So you can pick history, you can pick nature, or you can pick religion. So history would be anything about this particular scene or anything in like past knowledge or novelizations or whatever. Nature would be specifically about the area pictured and the creature itself and what either could possibly be. Religion would be the connection to this image's significance, considering this is very clearly a shrine, to any lesser known deities that you may have come across in study or practice. So you can pick one of those three. I'm going to flick real quick over to resolve this Arcana check, though, real fast, from Mara here in the other room. As Hiroki introduces you to this strange set of golden circles, like 2 golden semicircles, you understand, given that your Arcana check was very good, you understand that this is probably a nexus of sorts. You know that in order to channel more powerful magic, sometimes you need an anchor, a rooting point, or a nexus to channel that energy through. If you're not powerful enough to cast those kinds of spells yourself. Like ritual casting with focuses, for example, or something like that. Usually with these, it's a bit, whenever you see something like this, it's a bit more on a bigger scale. To what degree, you are not entirely sure. You're not really familiar with the kind of magics at play here necessarily, not to a massive degree at least. But judging by the shape, probably some kind of transportation magic. To what degree, you're not entirely sure, but something to do with allowing people to travel and to step through, or perhaps even just to send objects. But yeah, you're not 100% sure.
This is not something that I likely could fix.
It is, you could fix the metal itself, but you know that mending wouldn't be able to restore any magic that this thing once had.
I would tell Hiroki that I think this is probably how they got that bike in and out, but someone has destroyed this, let's call it portal. So I don't know if it was to keep this person from going somewhere, or to keep him here, or to make sure no one followed them. I don't know. So if we're gonna take that bike out, does it look like the bike would fit through the trap door if we rode it?
It would be tricky, but you could squeeze it through. It'd kind of be like trying to get your bike out of the shed once you've, packed the shed for a summer and you realize you need the bike.
Do I know how to start one of these up with the whatever I rolled last time, 22 or whatever?
Yeah. You know that You know that these kinds of mechanisms respond to someone's ambient magical potential. So individuals who are not magical could not start one themselves.
So I would say, Haruki, we all have our own mounts. I don't know if you have one. Would you like the bike?
One, but if you think it would benefit us me to have the bike, then I can try to take it, I guess.
Mara would go, okay, so sit on it like
On the
this.
bike?
Yes, she would
Okay.
show you how to sit on it. And then she'd go, this is how you start it. Now make sure you hold that so that it doesn't move without you wanting it to go. She's trying to give you, a person who's never ridden a motorcycle, instruction on how to ride a motorcycle.
So is this like psychic? Do I just tell it whatever I want to go? Is that why I have to hold on and think?
No, it's more magical, not psychic, as far as I
Okay.
know. She's like thinking back. No.
Mm.
And yeah. So we do that. So hopefully Hiroki
Mhm.
doesn't kill himself.
As the ropes are being explained to you, Hiroki, Mara teaches you how to power the device, which is to press that clear crystal in the center. And as you touch, there is a warmth that just dances across your fingertips before the crystal suddenly glows a bright, vibrant, pinkish purple color. And as the pink purple begins to kind of glow throughout that crystal, the accents across the bike itself begin to change into this gold lilac-y blend across the entirety of the cycle itself. And you feel a sudden connection, and almost without your say so, the bike suddenly shrinks and just vanishes into this small purple glowing orb that spins on its own for a moment on its axis and then spins in a circular motion before floating into the locket and stays there. And the energy just kind of dissipates into the locket itself.
Well, that's useful. You're
I
okay,
think this is how they got
right?
this to the door.
Where did they come from? And there's no markings besides the celestial stuff, right? Correct?
Yeah, so those bikes usually have a manufacturer mark or like a personal mark. This one has neither.
Oh no, I'm talking about the Nexus. Because now Mara's like, well, that's how they got the bike in and out.
Oh,
where does this go to?
Yeah, there's celestial runes and engravings and things, but it's purely arcane engravings. So it's like it doesn't actually say anything.
Mara would jot down the engravings because that's what she does, and she will find out later.
Okay, excellent, cool, awesome. Okay, so this scene is happening here. Folks in the other room, I want you to hold onto your rolls because I've just realized that we are out of time. So yes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the session there. I was having fun just watching y'all frolic. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Hold on to your rolls. Make sure to jot down what you rolled and what you were after. Which one you chose. And we'll go ahead and resolve that first thing next episode. Yeah, excellent, cool. Super cool. That was a fun session. All right, let's go ahead and give a quick round the horn to everybody. Just give everyone a chance to plug what they would like to plug and all of that good stuff before we go ahead and say goodnight. I'm going to start with Austin.
Me first. Hey everybody, I'm Austin. My pronouns are he, they, she. I just got done playing. Not I said the wrong name because I do this so much. Naui, Bright Scale, whose pronouns are she, they. You can find me over on Twitter at SailorScottAwesome. That's at Sailor SCT Awesome. I am an award-winning game designer, performer, podcaster, player. I do a lot of shit. But you follow me on Twitter at Taylor Scott Austin. It's at SCT Austin. You don't miss any time I'm on a show or on my podcast or making a game. That's the best way to do it because I'm not gonna say all the stuff. Next.
Akemi.
Oh, hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Akemi. I played your Hot Boy Magical Girl Hiroki. I now have a motorbike or skybike. Skybike. Let's see. You can find me most places on the internet at Ninja Penguin or Ninja Penguin AM. I do things. I don't know what those are at this moment, so someone else can talk.
I feel like that's us most of the time. It's like, hey, we do
things.
stuff. You just spoke, so Jesse.
Shit. Hi, I'm Jessie, Jahoos the Moose on the interwebs. I do art things like this overlay and these backgrounds and those emblems and everything you see on the screen, basically. And also I will do things on social media. I need to be better about social media. I need to update my Behance. Yeah.
I thought you said pecans.
My
yes, upgrade.
I need to upgrade
my
pecans. Yes.
Hi, I'm Rochelle, Dragon Gem here on Twitch, the Dragon Gem on Twitter. I stream on my own channel on Sundays. I play lots of puzzle games. All proceeds from my channel are donated to local animal shelters, so you should come by, hang out, watch me struggle with puzzles, and have fun.
And Ellis.
Hi, I am Ellis, also known as So Much Geek, SEW Much Geek. I do art things sometimes, and I need to also upload things so that they can be purchased. But when that will happen, probably never at this point, because I've had stuff done since February and it's still not up. Keep an eye out on my Twitter for those things.
Being an artist online is hard.
I don't want to do the uploading.
I know, it's so, I'm okay with the drawing, it's the uploading.
And then move it, make sure that it's like right.
I will, hey, you two, literally just give me your fucking like login or whatever. I don't know how it works. And I will like send me the files and I'll do it. Jesus Christ. I will.
There's like a little block in my brain. It's like there's a little jail and it's like, oh, I should do this thing. And they're like, nope, go away. You're not doing it.
Like... You get that to me by Friday, and I promise, like I will just fucking do it. It'll take me like 10 minutes of my time.
I feel like so many whips
it will.
And stuff.
Exactly.
Not even whips. I've got so many completed things and I'm like, I should post these.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
As always, follow all these wonderful people and support them in all that they do. They are bloody fantastic. I love playing with each and every one of you, including our friend Izzy, who had to take the day off. So, hi Izzy. Hope you're doing well. Take care. Hope to see you very, very, very soon. You are missed. I'm sorry that I butchered your southern accent.
It was so good, so good.
But yeah, and then there's me. Hi, hello. I am Ray. I am your humble GM for the Mind of the Martyr. You can find me at RedMageRay on Twitter. I do stuff. I've been going through some shit, so things have been incredibly slow, but I'm working on it.
Send good vibes to Ray.
None of that.
Yes.
The only thing I really have to plug is that I am playing 2 games of D&D on Saturday. I am playing for a charity gig on the on Maori Nerds channel. There we go. tongue-tied. We are playing the last adventure in the Radiant Citadel in order to raise money for a charity that looks after the oceans. I'm playing a level 14 monk. I am super excited. I don't usually get to play this high level, and I've never played a monk before. So, well, I've never played a monk. Other than the one joke monk I did. But yeah, I'm super hyped, super excited, and it's going to be fun. And then I am playing pretty much a couple of hours afterwards on A Minstrel's Tale, where I have joined the Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign as Kyra, a fairy clockwork sorcerer who is nothing bad's going to happen. Everything's going to be absolutely fine. But yeah, so that is us. We're going to go ahead and send the love that you have given us elsewhere. Thank you so much for tuning in. Big thank you to everyone involved. And yeah, we will go ahead and see you next time. Keep well, keep safe, keep hydrated, and keep moving forward. And we'll catch you hopefully next week. Take care now. Bye.